What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Oops. Almost did the wrong thing right there. It's a late video. I decided I'm gonna record a video late, put it out now. I was gonna make this video and then put it out tomorrow and do a bunch of editing and stuff, but I just rather put it out. So those of you that have been following me on my big channel for a while, you guys remember the story of when I escaped from camp. There's two stories. I escaped from camp twice. And you remember the second story. And it was in it was my homeboy Niteowl, who now I have to say, my homeboy Niteowl, rest in peace. My homeboy Niteowl just passed away. The word I heard is they think it's a heart attack. But I heard that the other day, and a bunch of my homeboys got at me, "Hey, Holmes, you hear about Jesse?" And I was like, "Yeah, I heard about it." So because I did a video on him, and the video was funny, and I wanna go ahead and retell a little bit of stuff. My homeboy Niteowl, Jesse, he was one of the funniest homeboys I had. This dude was those of you old enough to remember the claymation things they used to do for New Year's and Christmas, there used to be one, and it was a Christmas one, and at the end you saw Baby New Year. It's a baby with a little body and a big ass head, and we used to call my homeboy Niteowl Baby New Year, right? Well, I had I had been in juvenile hall several times with him, and I have funny stories about Niteowl, man. And that's what I choose to remember. That's what I have, is good memories with him, funny stories. But I told a story, and if I can, I'm gonna try to look up the name of the video and post it up here somewhere on the screen. If nothing pops up on the screen right now, that means I couldn't find it. But when we were in camp, so every barrio, every gang hated my neighborhood, right? And so we had to stick together. Like, if a homie had to use a bathroom, somebody's going with them. We're not letting a homie go into the bathroom by himself, and these dudes try to jump him or something. And nah, you're gonna have to get two of us, right? Or however many of us go. And so I was always the one that went with Niteowl, my boy, right? So I was like, all right, I'll roll with you. Now I'm gonna tell a story that I told in that video, right? So in camp, they had when they would run showers, in the shower area, they have these big poles, right? And on the poles was a bunch of shower heads. And so when they would call us to shower, everybody from my neighborhood, everybody from the west side, we would go and shower on the same pole with the shower heads, right? Niteowl wasn't from the same clique as me. He's from the projects, right? But so one day we're all right there showering. This vato has no hair on his body. He's one of them Mexicans. He was light skinned, big old gigantic head, but he had no hair on his body, right? Until it came time for showers. And I gotta say, no diddy ahead of time. So we're showering, and one of the homies goes, "Hey, homeboy, what the fuck is that?" And he points, right? And pobrecito, man, Niteowl had no hang time. Hold on, Niteowl had no hang time.
Oh my God!
My boy had a big old orange bush, eh? There was nothing there but hair. And we're like, what the fuck is that, eh? It was a big old bush. So we all start banging on him like, damn, fool, you can't satisfy no high. What do? Rub hair? Like, what the fuck? And he's like, man, fuck you, Valtos, eh? And I remember he said, I'm built like a beer can, right? Hey, that fool turned around. Oh, wait. He turned around.
FBI, open up!
Wrong one. It was this one.
Oh my God!
Oh my God. He turned around, eh? And he had, again, no hair on the back of his body. But that fool had an orange mohawk. His butt hairs were so long they were sticking out like that far out of his butt crack, and he had an orange. This is the craziest story, but this really happened, right? And then when he turned around, it was over with. We couldn't stop laughing. One of the homies was like, "Look at the fucking mohawk," and we looked. We're like, "Oh no, homie!" So that was always a joke, right? That was always a joke that I would fuck with them with. And I want you to guys, I want to read you the messages I got from him on Messenger, right? So, a few years back when I got out, he gets at me. He says, my friend, I'm glad you're home. Enjoy your life and grow your hair back. Wait, you can't. I love you, dog. And I answered him and I said, was cracking, homeboy? Yeah, my hair is gone, but I bet your mohawk ain't. Shit, eh? And he got back at me and he's like, LOL with the laughing faces, and he flipped me off. And he said, dog, you have a big ass head. It takes the whole screen on your YouTube channel with a bunch of laughing faces, right? And I said, fool, I know you ain't talking about big heads. Old baby knew your ass. I'm telling you. That's what we called him. That's what I called him all the time. And then I told him this. I said, remember in camp when I used to escort you to the shitter and you would take forever to wipe your fucking ass because the caca would be all up in the mohawk? He put some big old laughing faces and the fuck you finger, right? And he says, Johnny, which is my name, right? He says, Johnny, good job. Your channel, it's blowing up. Hollywood is next, or maybe dancing is your thing. Trying to clown. He said, now I seen the one about camp, all facts, but my jefita didn't hate my guts. You young asses said that. It was my stepdad that called the Judas. Now, besides that, keep doing your thing, and maybe you'll be able to buy your hair back. I love you, dog. And then recently, he was, we lost another homeboy recently, Big Lou, another homie from the projects, and Niteowl was there, man, and he had the funniest outfit on, and I just texted him and I just said, hey, fool, I saw the photo from Luis's funeral. Why are you dressed like a French wino? Anyways, man, I wanted to share that. Because I know a lot of the homies watch this. Not everybody had the same memories with Niteowl, with Jesse that I did. They have theirs. But I wanted to make sure I remembered him on my channel. He mentioned my channel, and I want to make sure I mention him, and I remember him on my channel. In the video that he's talking about, I talked about, that was the escape video. I talked about how Jesse's mom hated him. I thought she hated him, but he didn't. He had pedo with the stepdad, and so there was a part of the story about that. But one thing I wanna bring up before I go, I told this story, but I'm going to tell it again here because people aren't going to be able to go back. A lot of people aren't going to go back and look for it. So I want to tell a story about my homeboy. So when I got out in 1993, excuse me, there were a lot of homeboys from our neighborhood, from, you know, all the different cliques that were on the run, that had escaped from, mainly from camp, but there were some that, excuse me, that had escaped from other placements and stuff, right? And I don't know what that was all about. Hold on, let me shut this down. Don't mess with me. There was a lot of little homies that were on the run. And, you know, West Side Park, the real name of it is Bonnet Park. That was headquarters for our neighborhood. West Side Park is where a lot of homies used to congregate, especially back then, from all the different cliques, right? And so from what I was told, Niteowl, and at the time Niteowl was caught up in his addiction, you know, and the homie said that Niteowl went into the park. I mean, it was matter of fact, I wasn't even out. It was right before I got out, actually, because it happened in 92. I got out right after this. Niteowl went to the park and he saw the little homies in there, and it was Thanksgiving of 92. I paroled January. And he asked the little homies, hey, what are you vatos doing today, homies? And they were like, nothing, homie. We're right here, you know. Probably go bang, you know what I mean? Party, whatever, homies. And he was like, but it's Thanksgiving, homies. You vatos ain't gonna go nowhere and eat? They were like, nah, man, we're on the run, you know, this and that. And that night I told them, man, wait right here, I'll be back. Niteowl went home. Niteowl went to his mom's and stole the whole Thanksgiving damn dinner. What the fuck? Niteowl stole the whole Thanksgiving dinner, man, and took it to the park and told all the little homies, eat, man. And Niteowl was, at the time, he was caught up in his addiction. He was using heroin, but Niteowl loved the neighborhood and he loved the homeboys. So he made sure the little homeboys were taken care of. Most of them were from the Loquitos. The Loquitos at the time were putting in a lot of work. And he was, you know, just letting him know, like, I appreciate you. That was my homeboy. You know, he was a good dude. You know, when I told the story of how, you know, Santa Barbara never had Crips and Bloods, and then the movie Colors came out, and then all of a sudden there was Crips in Santa Barbara, right? And Niteowl was really close to this black dude that grew up with us. And his name was Hootie. We used to call him Hootie. And, you know, Hootie wound up later, one of the homies wound up stabbing him, almost killing him. But this is before that. We're still in junior high, right? Colors came out, and next you know, Hootie was saying he was a Crip, and him and Niteowl were close, man. And I remember we were upstairs in junior high. We were upstairs. It was in between classes being let out. And Hootie's real name is Germaine Robinson. And they were stoned, and Niteowl was asking Hootie, how the fuck are you from the Crips, man? And he's like, man, I'm a Crip. And it was the funniest shit because, again, Niteowl he was probably the same height as me, right? But he had like 2 feet ahead, right? It was fucking crazy. And he's like, but Germaine, you grew up down the street, fool. And I never forgot that, And everybody was laughing. And fucking Hootie was mad because Hootie wanted to be a Crip from LA so bad. Shout out to Hootie. Hootie was in YA when I was in YA, but he was never on my dorm. He got there like right before they kicked me out. But anyways, rest in peace to my homeboy Niteowl. My condolences to his wife. I heard he married one of the homegirls. My condolences to the family. And hopefully the homie passed without any pain. You know, he went to the joint and was able to turn his life around. I remember there was a time where he had got at me. Ahuda had disrespected his cell, had disrespected him and his cellie, and he was getting at me. I was in the shoe at the time, and he was getting at me to try to get a green light on the Huda. But anyways, yeah. I really believe that, you know, when people leave the earth, they leave this place, they do go to a better place when they do right, you know. And like I said, he turned his life around. You know, he was still always in the neighborhood. I might put up an old school picture from the neighborhood. Niteowl will be in there. I won't point out which one it is. I'll let you guys figure out. See if you guys can figure it out. I might put that up as my thumbnail for this video. But anyways, rest in peace, Niteowl. And everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, right? Hold on. I'm out of here. Got the one gunshot today.